disregarded science are turning to it as the ultimate authority, as the most trustworthy authority. In Israel, for example, they closed down all the synagogues. In Iran, they shut down the mosques. Churches all over the world are telling people stay away from church because even the religious authorities are trusting what the scientists are saying when the scientists tell them that, look, these places of worship should be closed down because they could spread infection. Of course, there is still a lot of fake news out there, a lot of conspiracy theories out there. And again, if we are paying the price for developments in the last few years when irresponsible politicians have undermined the public trust in science and in reliable media. But I think it's not too late.
Just a final quick one, Yuval, we're almost out of time. You have given us this sort of trajectory, this arc for the development of Homo sapiens, and you've looked far into the future. Does this COVID-19 crisis, which you call the biggest crisis of our lifetimes, does it to you represent, in the end, little more than a bump in the road, or is it something more profound than that?
For me, as a historian, it's really very interesting this moment right now. I think that in our lifetime, if you think in terms of a couple of decades, it will be big. Not because of the epidemic itself, but even more so because of the economic and political consequences. But in the long sweep of history, thousands of years, no, I don't think it will be one of the big events of history. It could be a watershed event in several ways, like we discussed earlier with surveillance. People could look back in 100 years and identify the coronavirus epidemic as the moment when a new regime of surveillance took over, especially surveillance under the skin, which I think is maybe the most important development of the 21st century, is this ability to hack human beings, to go under the skin, collect biometric data, analyze it, and understand people better than they understand themselves. This, I believe, is maybe the most important event of the 21st century. The moment when a system out there knows me better than I know myself. It has never been like this before.
You are with that? Fascinating.